This is exactly what you get a woman for Valentine's Day. And listen, all of you are doing Valentine's Day wrong, and here's why. Women respond to and then you're going to get this, and then you're going to get this, and then you're going to get some fuzzy socks, and then you're going to get a fuzzy shirt, and then you're going to get a box of chocolates, and then you're going to get some roses. You have to understand that you can have a bunch of tiny little small gifts that hardly cost nothing, literally. But if she gets 10 of them, and each of them is only $5 a piece, you literally only spent $50 with 10 small little $5 gifts than you ever would with that one designer purse. Do you understand this? She is going to respond to and then you get this, and then you get one more. Oh, and look at that. I got you a heart-shaped candy. Oh my gosh, look at that. And you get some fuzzy socks, and you get a lollipop, and you get some roses. And then by the end of it, she goes, oh my gosh, you're amazing. You're amazing. You're so amazing. You're overthinking this. Don't go buy a bunch of expensive stuff. That's not what she wants it. That's not going to make her love you anymore. All of you are doing Valentine's Day wrong.
This right here is why most guys can't get laid, and this is also why most red pill gurus and most manosphere gurus can't actually help you. Because what has been taught to men over the past, let's say 5 to 10 years is these three things right here. I would call these things hard skills. Hard skills would be looks, money, and status. Okay, the big three. So the examples of this would be like going to the gym, having a good career, making a lot of money. Okay, overall just base survival. Now, don't get me wrong, this can help you attract women, but what you're going to notice is that socially you become closed off. What you're going to notice is that you become so rigid, you will start to lose your personality that you once had, due to the fact that you are so results focused and results oriented. So then what happens is you see a different dude with better game or better charm or better seduction. All of a sudden, he is the one actually attracting the woman that you like or that you wanted, and he doesn't have any of those tangible status metrics checked off. And it's because that guy has what I would call soft skills. Okay, soft skills is what every single dude actually envies that has all of the hard skills. Okay, you're going to see all the let's say there's a lot of business owners, a lot of corporate dudes, this type of guy, that type of guy, who's chased success his whole life but just doesn't have that inner game and that confidence and that charisma to actually win over her emotions. Okay, soft skills, okay, is what men, including all of the game gurus who teach you just conventional female nature lessons, these types of guys envy the dudes with soft skills. Soft skills would be things like charm, charisma, or you're overall just socially magnetic. So examples of this would be you actually having real life hobbies and real life interests that creates a captivating magnetic life because you're actually interested in who you are and what you do and what you have became. An example would be things like being able to surf, playing piano, skateboarding, okay? Teaching her new things when it comes to, I don't know, how to skateboard, how to play the guitar, how to play the piano, how to do salsa dancing, how to do two-step dancing, okay? Anything that includes fun. Women want to have fun, okay? Majority of men today neglect all of the soft skills, if you want to call it that, which actually makes them a captivating human being, okay? So this is why you see nowadays a lot of guys, maybe they're really tall, maybe they're good looking, maybe they have a good job, maybe they make a lot of money, but they're boring, they're dull, they don't know how to stimulate emotions, and what happens is they're not actually totally engulfed and passionate about their own life. You have to create a life that you love first. Check out what I made for you. It's in my bio, it's in my description. I'll help you learn, understand, and master the language of women.
2026, you want a better dating life? You either get lean or you're completely cooked, and here's what I mean. For years, men were told that it doesn't matter how you look, if you just find that right string of sentences, then all of a sudden she'll like you. But here's the fact. The difference between, hey, how you doing tonight, and her absolutely hating you versus, hey, how you doing tonight, and her absolutely loving you is this one thing. It comes down to you actually being an attractive man and her actually enjoying and liking what she sees. Hey, don't let anybody tell you different. You get those shoulders wide. You make sure that you build a good upper body and you dial in the diet so that way the fat comes off and the waist starts to get narrow. When the waist gets narrow, guess what happens? The abs starts to pop out, and then all of a sudden you have that V-taper physique. The goal is to actually be able to walk into that club, walk into that party, walk into that venue, and you be one of the guys that she's actually looking at. Guys who want to preach only say the right thing and only use game and all this stuff, and if you just inflate your charisma to the highest level, listen, a lot of these guys are not disciplined with their diet. A lot of these guys are not actually doing the right things to look and appear healthy. A lot of these guys, it's very evident and obvious just by looking at them that they are not a disciplined individual. Listen, all of these things matter. All of these things signal long-term protection and safety and security and survival to that woman. Listen closely. When you dial in these things, you can now go to a rooftop bar, cigar lounge, whatever the case may be, in a tank top that you've had for 10 years, just like me. I have literally had this since high school. Looks just fine, okay? You throw on a hat, you're good to go. You all of a sudden look like the dude that just gets it. This is why this is so important. Because if you're not doing these things that leads to you being healthy and happy and looking like an attractive individual that prioritizes getting out, getting sun, lifting weights, doing the right things in life to look healthy and strong and vibrant. Listen, if you're one of these dudes who just relies purely on game and you want to not take your diet seriously, you want to not take any of these other things in life seriously, here's what's going to happen. You might be able to get laid, but eventually a different dude, okay, is eventually going to meet her. And when that other dude meets her, she all of a sudden will just stop talking to you completely. Listen up, because all of these things are very, very, very important. I have spent over 10 years dedicating my life to understanding this stuff at the highest level, and here's what I can tell you. It is now time that you check out what I made for you. It's in my bio, it's in my description. I'm going to help you learn, understand, and master the language of women, so that way you can attract the women that you really want to attract, and then she has genuine desire for you. And then on top of that, I'm even going to show you how to make sure that you maintain interest in that relationship so she does not want to pull away and leave you. Go and check that out. I think long term, the manosphere as well as the whole red pill space probably did worse, okay, to help men in their dating life long term compared to better. Just hear me out. When you only focus on looks, money, status, this is considered like hard skills. The problem is that every single dude becomes so inwardly focused that man essentially loses his entire personality. He's so success focused, he's so success oriented that all he does, all he thinks about, all he makes himself into is a person who chases success. Well, what happens to the personality? Dull, flatlined, boring. You have a bunch of high value, high status men with no hobbies, no interests besides making money that have essentially become celibate because their social skills are either so bad or they can't connect with anybody, or on top of that, they're so short with their communication that it's hard for a woman to even message them back and forth, or for that guy to even set up a date, because he now is willing to send no more than 3 words per text message, but still this guy is wondering what's going on, or he thinks that the problem is modern women. Listen, this goes way deeper than what you think. What's so funny to me about it is these are the same guys, like dudes in this whole, dudes who watch so much like red pill manosphere type stuff. These are the exact same men who will tell you that girls just want to have fun, right? Women just only care about their emotions and having fun. Women chase and follow the fun guy. You will hear them say this stuff. But the second that these guys watch a guy actually have fun with a woman or flirt with a woman, or, you know, indulge in something that is fun and she likes it, and that guy can clearly see that those two are in a state of like puppy love, actually enjoying each other, he's the first one to start saying, no masculine frame, no masculinity, oh, look at this dude just pander to her. These are the same men who are telling you that women just want to have fun, but yet the second that they see this happening, it's like they can't take it. They can't take that they're not chosen. They can't take that that woman actually gravitated towards him. Long term, this entire space, like, you have to understand this. If you're following dating coaches, if you're following dating advice, and the advice and the things that you're learning is not actually helping you create more dates, create more experiences, and potentially actually form lasting relationships that could lead to family creation, it is pointless. You're becoming high value, like, for what? So that way other dudes say, hey, congratulations on the new supercar. Like, this is just getting stupid. If you want to learn, understand, and master the language of women at the highest level, check out what I made for you. It's in my description, it's in my bio. It's time to actually get some real results. Hey, look, an entire generation of men convinced that women respond well to things like boundaries, standards, and expectations. There was a period of time where
most of the relationship advice would be like, yeah, have backbone, and you have to really tell her your expectations, and you have to tell her, you have to hold her accountable. Okay, this is nothing more than a joke. This is nothing more than a joke, because what you're doing is you're actually trying to make up for the fact that she just doesn't like you. Like, you do understand this, right? You do understand that she naturally knows if she's being nice or not. She naturally knows if she's being mean to you. Like, you understand, right, that she naturally knows when she doesn't return your phone call or return your text. You know that she knows that she don't like you. Like, you have to know that she knows that it probably makes you feel bad. The truth is, she doesn't care, okay, because you're not that guy. You're not that guy for her, which means in 2026, you can only talk to the women and communicate with the women who view you as that guy for them. Because if she doesn't, listen, your life's gonna be a living hell. She ain't gonna call you, she ain't gonna text you, she ain't gonna respect you, she don't care. And listen, the dude that she's banging, the dude that she likes, the dude that she just picks up his phone call right away, or she initiates the phone call, or she just says, what are you doing? Hey, how are you doing? Love you, good night, can't wait to see you. He doesn't have to set any standard. He doesn't have to say, hey, by the way, I don't like when you're going out to the club. She don't even want to go to the club. She wants to lay right beside him and watch TV. Like, he doesn't have to say anything, because she actually wants him, because she actually respects him, because she actually likes him. She actually is attracted to him. See, a lot of men, what you're doing is you're doing stuff to hopefully, like, mitigate her loss of desire. You can't do that. So it's funny how, like, when she actually likes you, right, she all of a sudden knows how to act completely, which means that, like, she doesn't be mean to you at all, which means all of a sudden she picks up the phone. All of a sudden she returns every text. All of a sudden she doesn't play games, if you want to call it that. When in reality, she was probably never playing games. Like, how she was feeling and her actions was just literally a reflection of her interest level. I know that it's like the cold, hard truth, but a lot of times, man, she either likes you or she doesn't. The problem with almost all modern men right now that I'm noticing is it's like you either are or you aren't. Like, dudes who are struggling, it's like they're now struggling socially, they're struggling with women, they're struggling in their dating life, they're struggling making money, they're struggling to get their own house. It's like they're struggling with everything. They look in the mirror and it's like they're overweight. They look in the bank account and it's like they don't have enough for rent. They look at their social life and it's like the dudes around them are just like partying or like, you know, out smoking stuff they shouldn't be smoking. You know, it's like their whole life's just going downhill. You know, all of a sudden you add sports betting onto that, and you add all these, women online that, you know, they look at and fantasize about and wish that they could be with or take out on a date, but they never will. You know, and it just spirals them down a perpetual state of thinking that life isn't good. Okay, but this is what I would call like a low T mindset, right? Like, if you have the mindset of a winner, you will just find a way. Call it what you want. Call it survival of the fittest. Call it natural selection, right? In times in life when stuff gets hard, that's when you have to prove to yourself that you can shine. Right, think of it this way. You're living, okay, which means that your parents reproduced and had you, and their parents reproduced and had them, which means that year by year or generation by generation, hopefully, in theory, okay, hopefully, since your genes are still here, your genetics are still here living, you come from the descendant of a winner. You come from a family of winners. Why? Because you're still here, okay? If your mom didn't like your dad, if he didn't have anything attractive about him, she wouldn't have chose him. So you need to start to leverage that, right? If you have more belief, okay, you'll probably start to shine, but you have to tell yourself you come from winners. And you do, because you're here living. Like, life in and of itself is something amazing. Life in and of itself is something beautiful. So you probably come from winners, but you got to start acting like it. If you don't have that belief set, right, you need to tell yourself, like, hey, I can get through anything. I can make any amount of money I want. I can
live the social life that I want. I can find hobbies and interests that I can excel at and I can be the best at. I can find my own group of people, my own group of men who have these same hobbies and interests that I do. I can find other people who want the same things in life. I can have an amazing life. I can have a family one day, but it starts with your mind. If your mind is broken, this will not get easy. Here's why I do not believe in holding women accountable if you're dating. Listen, by you doing that, all it's doing is proving to her that you are not select. Okay, listen, the only guys that have to quote unquote hold women accountable or like verbally state how you want to be treated or verbally state the expectations in the relationship. Listen, she doesn't have a desire for you in the first place, which is why she's treating you that way. If she actually had true, genuine desire for you, if she actually categorized you as like a man with true like masculine temperament, or if you were just the type of guy that she actually wanted, you wouldn't have to verbalize anything. The only guys that have to hold women accountable is men who have had bad experiences with women because they're not chosen. So you think that you're showing backbone and you're showing masculinity by, verbally stating what you think is tolerated in that relationship or not, but all you're doing is basically digging yourself a hole verbally, because all you're doing is proving to her why she should not be with you in the first place. You are literally proving to her why you are not the type of guy that she would want to be with. There is zero point in holding women accountable for anything, because listen, when she genuinely likes you, it's funny how every time she just picks up the phone without you having to double call. Funny how she just text messages back every single time without you having to double text. Funny how she just wants to say good night and good morning and I love you all the time without you doing anything or saying anything. Like, all of these guys are trying to essentially negotiate desire. And listen, she either likes you or she doesn't. If she does not like you, you need to spend a couple years making yourself more attractive until you're the type of guy that she has the hots for. But until then, I'm sorry, but you're going to be another one of these guys constantly trying to hold them accountable, and it ain't gonna get you anywhere. You will never find a single dude on planet Earth, I think, ever. Like, this is my opinion, but you're never going to find a dude on planet Earth, in my opinion, whoever is going to call up his best friend and say, yeah, man, I held her accountable and I logically told her exactly what I wanted. And yeah, she totally agreed and is just sweet to me now. Dude, that is not how this works. Check out the link in the description of my bio. I'm going to help you learn, understand, and master the language of women. You'll always hear that women can sense your energy. This is what you'll hear. So what you're going to hear is like, women are a good judge of character for who they should get into a relationship with, and women can easily tell which guys are confident and which aren't. That's especially what you're going to hear. They can easily tell the guys that are assertive and demonstrate masculinity and are confident. This is not true. Please don't believe this. Listen, almost every woman that I've ever met, whether it be, a girlfriend's friend or a friend of a friend or whoever, completely opposite. Here's how it typically goes. The guy puts on a mask of confidence and fake politeness to get her anxiety very low, and now she feels safe and loved and comfortable by him, only to find out that 5 months into the relationship, 6 months into the relationship, a year into the relationship, a few things happen. He is not who he says he is. He's extremely emotionally volatile. And number 3, he's super passive and always in a state that includes fear of loss. So every sentence out of his mouth, every decision that he makes is only set up to hopefully keep her interested. And she can see slowly how emasculated at his core he actually is. So all this crap you hear about, like, women can just easily and instantly tell who's confident. This is not true. You're also going to hear, like, women are a very good judge of relationship character, and she can really tell which guys are chosen and which aren't and all this. Usually, this is not true. Usually, that woman will spend majority of her 20s and 30s in failed relationship after failed relationship with dudes who are overly emotional, dudes who wear their heart on their sleeve so much that it's like everything coming out of their mouth just basically says, I am passive, I am so emotionally attached, and I feel the need to keep being emotional to you and telling you how I feel, so that way hopefully you look at my vulnerability as a state of strength, even though it completely turns her off. If you want to learn, understand, and master the language of women at a higher level, at the highest level,
I teach this. Check out what I made for you. It's in my bio, it's in my description. You'll love it.